Blog Talk Radio. Welcome to Food Alchemy Network. You have embarked on a journey of unbelievable resources and talent and understanding. Your body thanks you. Your mind embraces you. And all your thoughts are trying, breathing, and going into balance with self. Open that portal to the next galaxy, the next universe, the next dimension. Along this trip, our captain extraordinaire is Dr. Cicely D. D'Angelo. Allow her to guide you, introduce you, and embrace our guests with great resources from the unknown to the known to what we thought to remove the illusions that you have about yourself, your surroundings, and your vortex of the matrix of which you live. Let's go and embark on this journey. Food Alchemy Network. Dr. Cicely D'Angelo will be pruning and grooving with you along with her illustrious guest that she has presented on this luxury network of Food Alchemy Network. So without further ado, welcome to Food Alchemy Network and welcome our guest and our illustrious host, Dr. Cicely D'Angelo. Blessing.
Hello, everybody. I am here again, and I am so happy to have you with me. Today, I want to say happy World Mental Health Day, 10-10-20, a good neurology number to know about and be about and see what it's all about. It's 10-10, which equals 20, and it is as 20, and 20 plus 20 is 4. So, hey, I just want to say welcome to this day of World Mental Health Day, 10-10, October the 10th, 2020. So I wanted to get down and dirty and talk even more further about mental health and make you aware what's going on and give you some statistics, some things that might have been left unsaid, and some other things that are maybe some warning signs of mental illness. I want to know it's not only in our children and adults, but some warning signs that are in our community. And I want you to be aware of some of the symptoms. They're saying that children and adolescents might distribute out. Some things might be excessive worry or fear, excessive sadness, like they're really down and low, confusing thoughts and problems, and having a problem concentrating, having a problem learning, extreme mood changes, uncontrollable highs, uncontrollable, like we said, lows, or feeling of euphoria, prolonged or strong feelings of irritability or anger, avoiding friends and social activity, which we discussed yesterday as an example of our guest on Coffee with Ori, difficulty understanding and relating to others, changing in sleeping habits, or feeling tired and low extreme energy, changes in eating habits increasing or decreasing, change in sexual drive, either highs or even low for libido, difficult perceiving reality from illusions, hallucinations, sense of just not there. Also, in inability to perceive changes in one's own feelings, behavior, and personality, lack of insight of thyself, overuse of substance, of alcohol, drugs, food. Um, those are some things. I know people talk about alcohol and drugs, but also there's food that can be abused as well. Some multitude of symptoms of ailments, which obviously cause like headaches, stomach ache, fatigue, aches, bones, thinking of suicide, inability to carry out daily activities or handle daily problems, stress, intense fear, of weight gain with appearance. Um, it develop in young children. Some of it can be still learning to identify talking thoughts with their emotions. So let's talk about some of them: changes in performances at school, excessive worry and anxiety, for instance, fighting to avoid bed or school, hyperactivity, frequent nightmares, bedwetting, frequent disobedient aggression, frequent temper tantrums. And there's different things that you can do with some of these symptoms, without a doubt. So, we just think everything is one and cumbersome under another, and that it actually doesn't help, but it does really help you in ways you would unbelievably worry about and see about. So I want you to take what I thought about that thus far, and we're going to begin. And I want you to play some soothing music for your soul by Sokor Adaman, about your heart, because I really want you to take this time and think about your heart chakra and where it can go. Uh-oh. Ay, ay, ay. Uh-oh. Ain't this something?
You are my heart, make me flow. Seize the moment, down our soul. In your arms, in my arms. Love me now, forever. In the rhythm, don't let go. Love your body, mind, and soul. By your side, awaken queen. Pulse with me. Feel my heart beat, take of you. Made for you, deep for me. Love home, strong. Like my soul, make my heart flow. Sacred, calm and not purified. Make me calm, make me strong. Be for you, make me stronger. Reaching me eternally. Feel the boom. Butterfly, goosebumps, out of sight. Wonderful, relative, no compromise. Frequency in the zone. Made for me, made for you. You made for me. I breathe for you. Heart's made of you. Heart is 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 made of you. This heart is made for you. Heart is made of you.
Okay, that song is Heart was Zakor Adamam. Great song about the heart. Heart is made for you. So this is Can't Come at a Better Time on World of Mental Health Day. And I said, let's connection of issues that affect more people than we think. Let's help our brothers and sisters and under other connections to understand it and get help they so richly deserve without side-eyed issues from peers to doctors. This not only helps you, but it helps our community. And we got to help our brothers and sisters from another mother and father. And we want to keep our bodies and minds and soul together, meaning we want to come collectively more than ever. And because of COVID, it's basically astrolated a lot of things of our mental state of being cooped up in the house, being talked with other people that we usually see infrequently. Some people have made stronger building relationships. Some people has been even more stressed. Like I said, in the home, it's basically of some people that were abusive. It's actually called more abuse in the home, not only to the children, but significant others and spouse. Even some our elderly are being abused at this present time, that are in the home because of the pressures of not only that, what causes that is financial issues, lack of money, lack of food, lack of a better situation, not being able to go out, not being able to talk to someone, not being there, being very present or being available to have your freedom, or you feel like your freedom is taken away from you. So I want you to think about it. And if you know someone that is surrounded, reach out and ask them, check on them, okay? Especially our elderly, we forget about them. Some of them don't have any children, some of them do have children. Just a thought. But let's really get down to the nitty gritty if you also feel that about health. It also affect our veterans, uh, um, which mental health, you wouldn't be surprised. They have some good mental health for our veterans, as that can actually be seen and actually get away. But there's such a long waiting list for us to get help. It's such a long waiting list, meaning that there is so many people that need to be seen when they're coming back from world of casualty of war or being secluded, and they've probably also suffered some different abuse right there, that they might actually have developed some anxiety disorders, um, actually have attention deficit, from being in that setting of war, of hearing gunshots or witnessing bodies drop, or the abuse of other people, or what we call hazing another fellow veteran of military friends that have been in there. So I want you to really think about that and understand that the things that it actually can cause. I didn't realize I said it for 15 minutes, but that's okay. Um, let's see if I can do something here, my friends. I'm going to go into my uh, episode and see if we can fix it. I don't believe this. I gotta do this. I didn't even believe I did this, but nope, don't want to do that. This is me. Nope. Okay, let's see if we can edit this. Sometimes we can, sometimes you can make it be a little bit longer, but nope, we can't. So it's okay. So we'll go off Blog Talk. For people out there, if you want to get in touch with Dr. D, um, you can, and you want to skedaddle over to YouTube, we can talk a little bit more about mental health. So like I said, I want to get to the nut and bolts about this and really start helping out, reaching out to other people. I am Dr. D on Food Alchemy Network on YouTube. You look me up and you'll be able to find me. So this is about to end over there. So I want to say blessings to everyone and good night on Blog Talk Radio. So let's begin what we can do for that. So I want you to be able to reach out, and some of the things they might have, like clinical depression, the feeling of sadness, loss of interest, and characterized major depression can lead to a range of behavior and physical action. Anxiety disorder, symptoms caused by stress that out proportions the impact of the event and ability to set aside the worry and restlessness. Bipolar is a manic episode, may include symptoms such as high energy, reduced need for sleep, loss of touch reality, depressive episodes, as of many. And also, you have dementia in our elderly. And now is not so much in our elderly. We're finding some of the young people, like in their 30s, are actually experience dementia, which is forgetfulness, limited social skills, thinking abilities, so impaired that they interfere with their daily functions. And that means not just from losing your car keys or where you parked your car. These are not that. That's what they used to say. Oh, if you forget to park your car, your keys, or something that has a form of dementia or Alzheimer's. Dementia does lead to Alzheimer's. Um, I want to talk about attention deficit. That's another thing of a mental illness. Attention deficit or hyperactivity. It says it's limited actions and hyperactivity, meaning they can't concentrate, they can't sit still, they're always moving. But this is what they say these are. Schizophrenia is by thoughts of experience that are out of touch with reality. Disorganized speech or behavior, decrease in sensations. So obsessive compulsive disorder. OCD. People joke about having OCD, but it's a disorder of um, centered from fear of germs or need to rearrange stuff and specific symptoms. They like things a certain way. That is another thing of OCD. Another uh, of mental illness, autism. The range of severity or symptoms can vary. Some are include difficulty communication, difficulty with social interaction, difficult just all the way around in dealing with reality and their thoughts. Post-traumatic, post-traumatic, post-traumatic stress syndrome. Symptoms may include nightmares, unwanted memories of trauma, avoidance of situation that bring memories back. That's again like we're talking about going to war, seeing people die, bodies, seeing babies die, seeing experimentation, being put in a foster home, of being abused or seeing others around you being abused can cause post-traumatic stress syndrome. Also, being in an abusive relationship, physically, mentally, with a partner or even not a partner, or witnesses and being part of it as a kid. You also have post-traumatic stress syndrome, and that's PSD syndrome. So these are some of the things of mental healthness. And we want you to recognize them so that you can help your family and friends. And there's nothing wrong at sitting down, sitting with a doctor, and actually talking with a partner, whether it's a group, whether it's a doctor one on one, whether it's doing some activities, doing some what we call psychological experiment to get you out. There's different things that they do to get people that have different disorders or mental ease of getting around to being able to ease themselves into being others' presence, and even being in a social setting. That they're able to experiment. They have different, I want to say, exercises or sessions that help them actually differentiate from the real world and reality, and bringing them back and just keep bringing them back into reality and what we perceive as reality. So, and that's very important to get this really focused on, of how we deal with things, how we see things, and how to open our minds and bodies with our soul. Um, some things of getting rid of some anxiety might be doing some cooking, or actually taking yourself from a situation, if you're in a situation, and walking, or actually going through it and actually doing exercises. Actually, like I said, reading a book, cooking, doing exercises, actually socializing, actually writing down and journaling and your feelings of getting that anxiety, that stress out of your body. So there's different ways that we can do that to help our body get in tune with that. Also, having a friend just to talk to do a mental check-in about how we're feeling and where we're going in life. You set goals and don't beat yourself up, because sometimes we're our own worst enemy at that point. So we want to basically be able to, sit with ourselves and be okay with it. And I was like saying, mental health is affecting us uh, in our community every way we can think possible that you wouldn't even think. Um, I was, Lacey, stop it. Um, it's like 1 out of 5 adult experience mental illness each year. 1 in 25 adult experience serious mental health each year. And that something is not good. 1 out of 6 from the age of 6 to 17 have mental health disorder. 50% of their lifetime mental health begins at the age of 14 and sometimes even younger. And 75% by the age of 25. And I want you to know why I'm harping on this. Suicide is the second leading cause of death in the ages of 10 to 34. This is a whole group of our young people from 10 to 34 to adults that are being wiped out by suicide. You know what I mean? So, 19% of US experienced mental health in 2018. 4.6 experienced serious health in 2018. 16.5, the 16.5% of the ages of 16 and 7 experience mental health disorder. Okay, 3.7 adults experience occurring substance use of disorder and mental health in 2018. Okay, and the annual prevalence of Hispanic Hispanic Asian 14.7, non-Hispanic white 20.4, non-Hispanic Black or African American 16.2, um, American Indian or Native Alaska Native 22.1%. Now, what I like to say on that, some of that is the blue that they were talking about, the sky of having 12 hours of night, 12 hours of day. Some of that's really important. I'm giving you these numbers for a reason, because I want you to think about this and how this is coming across. And then the non-Hispanic mix and biracial is 26.8%. Okay, that is super high. Mixed rate, so that's having all these emotional mixed racial, multiracial, 26.8. Hispanics and Latinos, 16.9. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, all that LGBT, I'm not saying it right, so forgive me, whatever that is, 37.4% experience mental health disorder. Okay. And the one that's really out there that have it, major depressive episode is 7.2, 17.7 million people. Schizophrenia, 1.5 million people. Bipolar, 7 million people. Anxiety disorder, 48 million people. Post-traumatic stress syndrome, 9 million people. Obsessive compulsive disorder, 3 million people. Borderline personality disorder, 5.3 million people. These are what we have in our society walking around, what we've classified as that health matter. Only 43.3% received mental health treatment in 2018. 50.6% youth between the ages of 6 and 17 received health disorder treatment. That's not a lot. 34.9% of demographic is male. 48.6% are female. Okay. 11.3% mental health has no insurance, none. 13.4 that they don't have it. So it's really is a higher number. It's 24.7% that do not receive, don't have insurance to get these care taken about for their mental health. 60% of the U.S. counties do not have single practicing psychiatrists. 60% of the U.S. counties do not have a single practicing psychiatrist. Did you hear me? So there's not really a lot of help. People that have depression are 40% higher to have cardiovascular metabolic diseases. 40%. So your mental health, the correlation from your mental health also goes to show you that it correlates with your physical health. Who would actually think mental health would affect your body physically? I knew that, but that's because of the work I do. But the majority of other people would not even think about that. If you are not well mentally, then you're not going to be well physically. So 19.3 adults experience substance disorder use. 19.3 substance disorder use, meaning drug and alcohol abuse. Because of the unemployment, it's higher. Who have mental illness because it affects their weight. Compared to the people that are employed is 5.8%. High schools suffer twice as much because they have so much pressure of the world that we put on them for the things we have. There's 8.4 million people in the U.S. provide care to adults with mental disorder. Caregivers with adult mental and emotional issues are spend an average of 32 hours per week providing unpaid care. Unpaid care, 32 hours per week. So usually back in the day when I was working for somebody, 40 hours per week was a full-time. 20 hours was part-time. So do you understand the effect that it has? Now let's talk about, because it is like we talked about the world. Depression, anxiety, global is $1 trillion. Loss in productivity each year. $1 trillion. Depression is leading to worldwide disability. Suicide, like we said, is the second leading cause of death among the people from 10 to 34 in the U.S. Suicide in the U.S. is the 10th leading cause in the death of U.S. adults. The overall suicide rate in the U.S. is 31%, beginning since 2001. 2001. 46 people have died by suicide that were diagnosed by a mental disorder and health. 90% who died by suicide have shown symptoms of mental health, according to interviews with friends, families, and medical professionals. But they were not able to get the help like at the VA. Sorry to throw you under the bus, VA hospital, but that is some causes that have had lawsuit. 75 per people who have died by suicide are male. Transgender adults nearly 12 times more likely to commit suicide than general population. I don't know if that's true. 12 times what? 12 times what? I don't know. So for me, that's, I don't know, not good enough. But we have our young people dying. We have our young people not getting help. We have our young people don't know where to go. We have our young people that are looking for answers. And I want you to think about the way it affects mental health can affect us in a manner that is not good, not only for you, but your brother or your sister. It's not good. And we take that for granted that it is. The ripple effect of mental health. Having a mental illness can make it challenging to live everyday life. And to maintain recover, it looks like your mental health, it surrounds you every day. People with serious mental health and increasing chronic diseases like diabetes, like cancer. Um, that's really something. What else? Diabetes, cancer. Also, another one is high blood pressure, loss of kidney functions, sometimes sight, sometimes smell, sometimes movement. These things are not working. So 90% of US have mentals also have substance use, whether they overuse in drugs, overuse in alcohol, also overeating because that is self-esteem or something or care or feel loved or whatever it is. It's some kind of abuse. It's not just, I just don't want people to think it's just about drugs and alcohol. There's other things out there that affect us. And it's really bad. It affects the family, the ripple effect. 20% of this people with mental experience this are homeless. That the 20% of them experience homeless are also out there living on the streets or living somewhere, living under a bridge, living in a car. Now, if you've lost, because we're going through so much, it's need to be prevalent right now, and we need to really get some help because a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people are losing their homes. A lot of people are without their food, their money. The money, if they don't have the money, they can't buy food. If they can't buy food, they can't be healthy. They can't do that. They can't take care of their children. So if they can't do that and they don't have a home, that throws your emotional balance off. And if you don't have a car, then you're not good off as well. You know what I mean? So, what is it? Corey, can you turn the crock pot off? 30% of the people with mental illness are locked up in state and federal prisons, and they've been diagnosed with mental disorder condition. But sometimes that's not taken in consideration. How do we reach them? 70% of youth and juvenile system have at least one mental illness, whether it's abuse, physical, mentally, social, psychologically, all kinds of things. Do you understand? 1 out of 8 visits in the U.S. Emergency Department are related to mental and substance abuse disorders. 1 out of 8. So do you understand how it's affecting us? So it's like depression is leading to the cause of disability. So you see the full circle we go to depression, anxiety is $1 trillion lost each year and loss in productivity of people working, being in the community, because everybody wants to be part of society, quote unquote, on society and how they feel and how they are affected. You know what I mean? That's the given. That is the given. So what are you going to do in your community to be a better part? What are you going to do? How are you going to help? You're not alone. If you're out there and you're listening to this, you're seeing this, I don't know, maybe it's calling to you, but I could suggest maybe doing some deep breathing, do some meditation. And I know this all don't work, but it helps a little. Take the edge off or take whatever, because we're so busy trying to provide and do this for our children that it is so overwhelming that your body shut down. Also, if you lost a loved one or a friend and you're in the situation, saying you live in a house and the person that actually helped keep it together, and now you've lost that person that keep it together, that actually makes you think like, dag, what the heck? Now what I'm going to do. So that puts your body at anguish and you're trying to figure out how to get from here to there and how to make it. So your world has dropped. So we need to understand that. Also, mental health is when we lost a loved one, how to deal with it and how to combat it, and the loss of understanding. It's natural to feel the way you do and to go through the different degrees. Everybody express a loss a different way, and affects everyone in a mental way, and it can affect them physically. That it takes over, that if you keep repeating it over and over, people's like, get over it. No, you don't tell someone that have loss to get over it, because it's not always easy to get over. All depends on what they're doing in life. You know what I'm saying? So be gentle with our brothers and sisters. If you see someone um, that you feel is struggling, talk to them and find out. If you're more approachable, some people will talk to you and tell you what's going on. Sometimes they just need to let what's going on off their chest. And if you feel, guide them to maybe some classes or websites or things that they can look up, like the National Alliance of Mental Health or some other psychiatrists, your county community service for mental health, or find out of getting, if they have insurance, or if their parent have insurance or whatever, because a lot of people don't have insurance right now. They can't afford to go get mental checked out. They don't know what to do. So always keep that in mind. As you're talking to someone, you might be helping someone, might be their guardian angel, that they need to release that information to them at that time. You know what I mean? You're helping them. It's nothing to be played with. It's nothing to be laughed at. It's something that can be done. Um, I just want you to be able to help others, maybe show them some groups or whatever, and not be so much judgmental, like we are. And we laugh about it sometimes as jokes, but mental health is really not a joking matter, to balance that out. So, that's just my thoughts for the day. And I just want to say, love your brother and your sister and look out for them as one another. It's been wonderful, and I hope you enjoyed this talk, and I hope it was able to help you in some way of a matter of actually being able to deal with mental health on another level, if you will. So I want to say happy World Mental Health Day, and I hope you get all the help you so desire.